Good morning. It's Valentine's Day, and today we have a very special guest from La Mirada, and she is just this beautiful, delighted, full of passion lady, and we're super excited to have her.
I am super excited to have her because she's actually a family member of my discipler, Mr. Aaron Valverde. Aaron, yeah.
And I really like her because on this Valentine's Day, I just learned that she's been married 32 years, which means she really knows what love is.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she could teach me something, you know?
Yeah, I think you need, and she's a teacher, so she can definitely teach you something.
She is a teacher. Yeah. Yes. For the next one, wherever you are.
That was cute.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Triangle Hustle podcast, where life, hustle, and construction collide in the heart of California. I'm Lila, your PPE and safety expert.
I'm Rocio, saving you money with insurance and workers' comp.
And I'm Frank, for all your trash and disposal needs. Whether you're swinging hammers or closing deals, this show is built for those who want to level up in business and in life.
From the job side to the boardroom, we're bringing you real talk, real challenges, and our favorite, real wins.
Thanks for joining us.
Good morning and welcome back to the Triangle Hustle podcast. I am your host, Rocio Luna, and if this is your first time listening to this podcast, this is where business, spirituality, and construction meet. I am here with Frank, Lila, and a very special guest today, Miss Michelle Bean Velasquez.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It is an honor and a joy to be with you today on this early morning of Valentine's.
That's right. We're so happy to have you here with us today, Michelle.
Thank you.
I didn't get the memo. We were supposed to wear red. No one told me.
It's because I have to give this shout out to you, Frank. Mm-hmm. You came in, and so that everybody knows, you came in loving on us with some beautiful bouquets. And
I
did get the memo in that you're going to let us shine in our brilliance and strength as strong, amazing women.
Yeah.
And so you're wearing
Charlie's
black.
Angels.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
That's your husband's name.
Not that Charlie. Not that Charlie. Yeah. Charlie only has one angel.
I'll take all two.
Charlie. I'm sure Charlie would love like three angels.
Yes.
Yeah.
What man
Charlie.
wouldn't?
Pórtate bien, Charlie. God is watching. What's going on, Michelle? I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you.
I met Michelle at this thing she had where it was like cowboy boogie night. And she was all cowgirled out and sparkly and, you know.
Really?
So you're Aaron's niece?
I am Aaron's niece.
Shout out to Aaron Valverde. What's up, brother?
What's up, Aaron?
And Valerie Valverde.
Aaron and
they
Valerie.
are my family, yes.
Yeah. And so that's how I met Michelle. And I didn't know.
You were his plus one that night, right?
I was
you
his
were
plus
Uncle
one.
Aaron's plus one.
So your uncle makes me do things I've never done before and go places and do things and show support and be involved in the community. But I'm so happy that I got to go to this event because that's where I met Michelle and I learned a little bit about her. And I was like, you know how I am.
So was it a party, Michelle?
It was like a party.
Mm-hmm. It was an event, a campaign event.
What were we doing there?
Support.
Yeah.
What were we
doing there?
Well, that was the launch to June 2nd, 2026 election. Mm-hmm. So I'm a La Mirada. My name is Michelle Velasquez Bean, and I am a La Mirada City Council member. I'm also a professor of English at Rio Hondo College. Wow. So it's a little bit about me, but the path that God has put me on recently is to serve, because I've always been about service and serving others, and that's the core of who we are in our family. My core family, but all my extended family, like my aunts and uncles and primas and primos, right? We've all been part of that. Service before self. So I didn't think that God would put me in this position, though.
Really?
You know, when you sometimes have those conversations with God, like, nah.
Yeah, not me. No. Yeah.
And then he's like, yes. Right? And I'm like, you're like, yeah. And so here we are.
Yes. So tell us how we got here. Tell us how you got to where you're at. How did it all start, really?
Yeah, tell the audience, because we have different people from different states listening, and also North California, entrepreneurs, business owners. So tell us who Michelle is, why you started this, and how long you've been doing this.
So I would say that it really all starts with really my grandparents. It touches my heart to know that they're looking down at me on the dais, and even at the front of the room as a professor from heaven. My grandparents did get to see me become a tenured professor, but they didn't get to see me become an elected official. And I know they would be so proud because, I have multiple grandparents that I love dearly. And some of them, my grandmother cleaned and cooked for other people. Oh. And then came home and cleaned and cooked for us. Mm-hmm. And so the trajectory of where I sit right now so quickly in just a few generations is powerful to me, and shows the beauty and the faith of God. Because the struggle was real, as in many families across the nation, right? And so being a young mom, I was 19 when I got pregnant. I was in school. So I'm not first gen college because my biological father did have a degree. Mm. But it really was difficult to make the choice to have a child young. And my husband and I have been married 32 years. We talked about that.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah. And so, through thick and thin, getting, that sort of ups and downs and making sure that we could provide even better for our children. And I'm just very blessed and grateful that I have 3 amazing human sons that are out and launched and doing quite well. And that allows me then to do what I do, continue to serve people in my city, but even further than that as a professor in my classroom, so that the same opportunities that education gave me, I can give to the students, right? Mm-hmm. And provide those opportunities, as education for me changed the trajectory of our family tree, because my grandparents sacrificed so that my parents then can have strong education. And then here I am, and then now my children. And so that's to me there's like a whole testimony and a whole like windy path of how I got here. But I mean, that's in the Cliff Notes version.
Yes.
So that was the push behind the political chase, was just being of service? Just
I don't know
people?
if I would articulate it that way, like a political chase. So if you want to know how I actually literally ended up as a elected official in the City of La Mirada, is that after my sons were launched, and when you're young, I was just trying to get that hustle in and just ensure that my children were safe, protected, fed, had the best education. So I do feel like it was like a constant, I wanted to do well by them. And so once they were off and doing their own thing, I paused, and it was a time of reflection. And it was like, okay, Lord, what's next? Mm-hmm. And so praying about it, I came to the place in my career as a professor where once you're a tenured professor, you that's a great job. Like, I feel really blessed to do that and have that ministry of serving and loving and educating young adults. So I'm there in my career, kind of like, okay, I'm settled here, and what's next? And so the opportunity came where I did a leadership conference program. It's called Hope. It's for Latinas, and just really poured into me and pushed me to new levels. And so they were the first. There was all kinds of stuff you learn in this Hope Latina Leadership Institute. Everything from running a campaign to branding yourself on social media, everything. They teach you so many wonderful things. And they taught me about a commission, and I didn't even really kind of know what commissions were for your city. And so I said, I have time. I had taken a sabbatical from, teaching so that I could research, study, and then also, figure some things out for myself and who I was. And that's the beauty of having that blessing of a job, right? What a blessing that you can do that. So that's when I decided I was going to go into serving with a commission, so service. So it was more of an advisory. So there's 3 commissions in our city and 3 advisories, and so this was the Historical Preservation Advisory Council. And so I did that. We would give tours. We have free tours once a month, 3rd Saturdays in La Mirada, of the home on in our city that's nationally on the National Registry, Federal Registry for Historic Homes, NEF Estate. And so we give tours there, and then we also we're very good about keeping our history in the city. So we have like a whole archives room. So we'd go once a month, the advisory, we'd go and pull archives that we would want to put into our La Mirada Living, which is our magazine, our newsletter, to tell people, a little bit about the history. So those are some of the things that I love doing as an educator. So I was in in this advisory for the city, and to make a long story short, some people nudged me to run for this open seat that was a special election. And that goes back to what I said. I was like, oh, Lord, no, that's not me. I've always helped, in, elections and with the trustees at the community colleges and things like that, but never ever saw myself on the other side of it.
And why is that?
It's honest. I didn't think you need to grow thick skin. And so I'm very private with, caring for my children, and having, just to keep them safe. And so you become in a fishbowl in new ways. As an instructor, you already are a bit, but this is at a whole other level. And so I have, friends who are electeds, and I would see that, and I'm like, oh, no. So this is how, for me, the Lord works. It was the right timing in that, I keep coming back to my children were launched. And so when I said no a few times, and then, always praying about things, the Lord changed my heart a little bit. And I said, okay, I was still saying no. And then I asked my children. And they were like, yeah, sure. Whatever, we're fine. Because I knew, I wanted to protect them too, because they weren't going to be signing up for it.
Yeah.
And when they were like, okay, I was like, really? I thought they were going to be the ones like, no.
Yeah.
So God always has the right timing, and, it's hard, but it is also the joy of my life. I mean, other than birthing those 3 amazing humans, this feels really great, and it fuels me to see people feel loved and cherished and valued, seen and heard.
Yeah.
Putting smiles on people's faces.
Yeah.
Somebody told me a long time ago.
Yeah.
I forgot who, but this is an old friend. This is back in my high school DJ days. And someone told me, it was another DJ, I forgot his name, and he goes, you know what the secret to life is, Frank? And I go, what's the secret to life? He was like, always put a smile on someone's face. You do that, you'll be happy.
Yeah.
I don't know why that stayed all this time.
True. It really is. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to be kind, It doesn't... hurt to, not hurt, but to be intentional about just building somebody up, especially if some people wake up with really negative thoughts, including me, but then we learn.
What was your negative thought this morning?
No, I said sometimes. Actually, anyways, my point being, and then you feel it in their energy, like when we get around each other. And I think sometimes, like you said, when we're aligned with the Spirit and we ask the Lord in the morning, use me to show love wherever I go, blah, blah, blah. And I think, like I said, we have the friend of the Holy Spirit where we feel those things, and we can build somebody up. And for me, even though I'm busy or whatever, if I catch somebody and I have an opportunity to do that, I'm like, that was cool, God. But I think that some of us are just like that, right? Some of us learn to be that way. And, unfortunately, we're in a really tough world right now where God isn't absent, but, people are so distracted with so many things. And it's like, I think he's calling us to double up on whatever we can do to impact, and show love. And again, we're the ones that get the reward. There's business, we have our pursuits. And as long as we put our all in our business pursuits, again, putting the Lord first, more of you, God, less of me. But at the same time, like you said, hey, he gives us talents. If we know how to hustle, we know how to make money. He's going to expect us to do that as best as we can too. And then, that's why they say, you're going to see the fruits of our labor. And it's not money, number one, right? Is how much we can, love and serve other people.
Yeah.
I love that. Once there was a Christian coach that would tell his players, this is our worship, the talents. You spoke of talents, right?
Yes.
So that's a skill set and a talent to be able to sell or educate or have a podcast, be on the other side of the podcast. Those are all skills. And then when we take that and love on people through that, that's our worship to the Lord.
Oh, yeah. Especially if we're impacting
using
people
the skills that he's given us.
Yeah, so I'm in recovery, Frank's in recovery, and you get amongst those people, right? And it's so funny how they teach you, right? They teach you how to heal and be better, and then we could turn around and we start, like he says, we're in service. This guy is constantly really doing for others and making impact. And again, like you said, those are the gifts that we have.
But that helps me. I mean, after the show, I'm going to the Ani group, and I got to meet with one of my sponsees and spend a couple hours there. But ultimately, see that, and it's funny because they say, "Oh, thank you for your help," or but the reality is you're helping me.
Yeah, thank you for your help.
Yeah, I'm just sharing what I know.
Yeah,
I effed up, so hopefully you don't have to.
Right.
So, but that's but Aaron teaching me these things.
Yes.
You learn so much. Give it back. Yeah.
So Michelle, let me ask you if I can. You always hear people say, well, if you have issues, you need to go talk to your city officials. You need to meet with your city officials. You need to bring up problems because nothing's ever going to change if you're not proactively listening to those things. And every city has their own set of rules and different laws. So what type of problems or what do you saw that people could come to you, or because there's might be some people that are like, oh, okay, like I've seen her picture but I don't know what she does or why I should vote for her. So what I guess like the question is, what do you solve or what do you help in
the role of city council? So the role of city council is like there's kind of like three buckets that the things that we have like sort of.
And excuse my language, I'm not very into politics. I don't know politics.
A lot of people want to know.
My sister, she's actually major. She got her MBA. She would love. She'll be.
She's political science major.
Yeah, that girl is like lawyer. Like
that's awesome. So, but that's a fair question, and I get that question a lot.
Yes.
So high five to you from afar, because that's a great question. So I like to say there's like sort of three buckets that we do. So one of the things that we do that's a really important thing is to keep our city budget fiscally sound, making sure that we are on budget, we are able to pay all of our bills, basically, right? And what comes in that we can, match that to what's going out. So the budget and approving that. And then we also do the fun stuff, right? Like resolutions or things that we honor. Like this is February, so we honored Black History Month, and an amazing, strong leader in our city came to receive that resolution. So we do great things like that and honor our employees for being, 20, 30 years. Those are the kind of fun things that we do in city council. And then there's also the approval of contracts and policies and ordinances that affect everyone every day. So ordinances like how long you can keep your trash cans out, right? And then also approving that kind of contract with
how long
with
can you keep your trash cans out,
right? Or how long can you keep your Christmas lights, your holiday lights out, like things like that, right? So that you don't get cited.
Yeah.
So it depends on what your day is, but generally they should be put away, right? Things like that.
Just so the viewers know, Arrow Disposal does not pursue municipal contracts. This is legit.
Yeah,
we're not chasing Michelle to earn the City of La Mirada's business. We just chase construction.
And those are the kinds of things we approve too, like things that come through us on any of the construction, things like that. So you know, it's a little, sometimes I guess people would say maybe a little more boring things like that, but those are the everydays, right? And then also like looking to make sure that we have plans in place to upgrade any infrastructure, right? If we're talking about construction. So like, for example, one of the things that we recently just closed was the contracts and the things on our fountain. So we have this beautiful fountain in the city hall, civic area, city hall, and it was not working for a few years. And so now we upgraded and made it a little more efficient.
To do it.
Yeah. So that's how that all kind of circular, right? Making sure that it's in the budget so that we can upgrade. We're an aging city.
Right.
We're 65 years old.
Right.
So, you know, not just a little facelift here or there, but now we need to actually
we need some Botox. We need
some actual like infrastructure, some things that people don't see, right? So there's a lot of things too that we fix that people may or may not see, like driving on the streets that don't have potholes. So we have to put that in our budget to make sure that we slurry and we have like a rotation of all of the streets
the
throughout the
infrastructure
city.
maintenance. It all has to be in the
Right?
budget.
All
Makes
of that
sense.
stuff.
So you guys are not building a high-speed rail that goes nowhere?
No, we're doing that. California's doing that.
That is one of your projects, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They're still funding it.
So do you get like inundated with emails of just like residents shooting you stuff, asking you questions, fix this, or do those come? Do they get funneled, filtered, or do you address those?
Sure. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How many? I would imagine it's a lot, right?
We're a small city. We serve about 48,000
That's
people.
a lot.
Residents? That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
For LA County.
No? Okay.
That's
So you don't get a lot of emails.
So I get emails. I don't know if I would say a lot.
Do you try and go through all of them? I picture you having like a political assistant. Like a little
remember
gopher.
we're a small city, so there's no enrollment is what for
Like an
everyone. They're
intern?
younger. There was no internet or computer the way it is now. And now everything we do is, you know, even they don't write their essays on paper. It's like type it and submit it through the internet.
Right.
So, you know, just really supporting her, loving on her, empowering her because she's a brilliant woman, to give her that we call it self-efficacy, right? That confidence to know that she has it to do it, and she's doing it. She's crushing it.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
That's when you're just like, wow, this is so great, right? So and then in all the ages in between.
Yeah.
So
how rewarding is that for you? Are you like, yes, we did this?
No, it's
You
great.
seem like someone that would be like extremely
they
involved.
Cry together because she's just so connected.
That's so cool. I didn't have people like that when I was in school. Yeah, I remember sitting outside of a counselor's office once, and I had to wait like 50 minutes because she was eating McDonald's. And
Really?
she was like, "What do you want now, Mr. Sagun?" I was just wondering if I could change classes.
Maybe
Go on with your nuggets.
Maybe we need a redo. Would you like to
shout out
redo
to
that?
Miss Davis. Thank you for ruining my path.
Come and we'll redo that for you at Rio Hondo College.
All right,
We
I'm
will.
gonna sign up. What should we take? Let's all sign up.
Do
Take
it.
some
Well,
classes.
I did
go
have
back to
a
college.
question.
Can you
'Cause said
imagine the
took-
three of us at Real Hondo
getting smarter? Ooh.
getting smarter? We'll probably
More
get kicked out in
danger.
2 weeks, but it'll be a crazy 2 weeks.
For
No,
nothing.
Why
I
would
already
we
know what
why
you're
would we
thinking.
get kicked out? I already got
Because
kicked
you're gonna
out
try and
once.
start a fraternity and throw these parties, and we already know. I know how you roll. I know how you roll.
Well, I got priors, so
They don't. Do they do background checks?
We take 100% of the students
there you
who
go.
apply.
See,
No matter what they've
No
done.
matter. In fact, we have
We're
like
in. We're in.
programs
We're in.
that are called Rise Scholars. So if
Yeah.
you were formerly incarcerated or formerly incarcerated adjacent in any way,
yeah.
yeah,
That's awesome. I love
They love
that
everybody.
second chance. That's right. I love
Yeah,
that.
we're-
Yeah.
I'm signing
Everybody
this up.
deserves a
yeah.
second
and
chance.
that's at all of the
Yeah.
community colleges.
What class do you teach?
I teach English, so composition, advanced critical thinking, technical writing.
I'm signing us up for
literature,
critical thinking. You're going to see the three of us in
Advanced critical
yeah.
thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to get better at my critical thinking.
Yeah, we
I did
all
have
do.
a question though.
Sure.
Go.
You said you took a leadership.
Oh, Hope, the Latina Leadership Institute.
Oh, is that what it's called? Hope. Oh, okay. So what is that like? Is it like
So empowering.
class? I know.
So it's like it's a program where you meet with a cohort women. It's a competitive program, so you apply. They have one for college leaders, and then they have one for women, professional women. And you apply, and when you get accepted, they take you through just sessions. So you have it's about 6 to 9 months worth of intense weekend sessions, and they teach you how to do advocacy work. Sacramento, DC. It's a great program.
Really?
Look into it.
Hope. I do want to look into it because, I think I'm not at the end of my career, but I'd love to retire maybe in the next 5, but I want to do other things with my time. And what I have in my heart is mothers that have lost their children, and the grief that we deal with, which is a journey. It never ends. You just like recovery, you'll get women that it just happened, and I feel like I got to level up on maybe even my social media, or how I organize my time and how I make time for the education, to not only just bring the part of the grief, but how to heal, how to deal with those bad days. But to make a long story short, so I feel like in the spare time that I have, I really want to get intentional about being able to level up. Of course, leading my staff. I love my staff. They're like my familia. But doing something, like I said, with moms that have lost their children.
Well, the most important thing that I've learned along the way is healing happens in community.
Hallelujah. Yes. So we can talk about that. So
let me know.
But it's competitive. It's funny. So I have to they have to pick me. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
They have to pick you? You have to be selected?
You have to be selected, yeah.
Interesting.
And you said it's like weekends, so it's homework and reading.
A lot of homework.
Yeah.
But
that's
good,
okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Growth is good.
Growth is good. And that definitely, I don't like homework, but it may take me out of my comfort zone, I'm older and wiser.
Who does?
Right?
And then I go and pick a job that has homework all the time.
Yeah.
So speaking of growing, the continued pursuit of happiness. What are you currently working on? Like what's in store for Michelle? What is the great Michelle doing right now? What's
currently working on
any current projects that you're excited about as a councilwoman, as a professor? What's going on in the life of Michelle?
Well, the projects are things that we actually together, the 5 of us, come up with. One of the things in my personal life, well, all know that I'm on soon to be on the June 2nd ballot. So that's taken up a lot of time. But I would say that really learning and growing as myself, to really lean into how to elevate the voices, and then also to serve and be even more impactful to women and families. That's really important to me. And that's what God has put in my heart right now. I'm the first Latina woman to sit on the dais in the City of La Mirada, and that's important to me. I take that very seriously.
I love it.
And there's a perspective that was missing. So I want to ensure that young families, because I was young when I had my babies, and the struggle's real, Yeah. And mind you, we were blessed. I had family to always go to, but not everybody does.
Right.
And so I want La Mirada to be a family-friendly city. And I mean that in all intersections of the term.
And by family-friendly city, do you mean by providing more resources for younger families?
Yes. So one of the things I like to do things that are low cost, high impact. So one of the things that we did is in the park in my area, in my neighborhood, Windermere Park, some of the families were asking so we have Tiny Tots. So Tiny Tots is our, preschool or pre-K for, 2.5 to 5-year-olds. And ensuring that everybody had access to that, and growing the allowance of how many students, that was important. So I helped ensure that happened. And then the family said to me, Michelle, you asked me earlier about how many people contact me and stuff. So they'll see me because I'm in the community, because I love my community. I love La Mirada. So La Mirada raised me.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that story too. So, so they came up to me, a few families, and said, I ask, what do you need? And they say, you know what? We need adapter seats for the toilets for tiny tots. Honest, y'all, I was like, what? What are those? Because like, my kids are in their 30s. So like, if we went to public, I just held them up.
Right.
If they were like, right in the large toilet seat area, and
That's right. That's how we used to do it.
That's how we used to do it, right? And so they said, no, there's these little adapters so the little booties don't fall into the toilet,
into the water,
right? And because they're there in the preschool, right? And so, wow, we were able to put those seats and ensure that the families had what they need so that their children,
Where were those 25 years ago?
Yeah. They're really cool too. They are embedded into the lid of the seat, and then you can pull it down. So it's not always where there's a little seat. You can push it up for the
I think I've seen them.
adult booties.
Yeah. That's so cool.
So things like that.
Who would have thought, right?
So family friendly could be
That's
all the way
example.
from that to one of the things that you asked, like future projects. One of the things I really, really, really want to do, but again, it's in the budget and things in government do sometimes take longer because of the whole process of things. Right. So I want to ensure that we are inclusive for all families, and families look different, and children and residents are different and come from every perspective, but also every type of person. So I want the younger residents to be able to swing at the park or roll up into the park or roll up into our Buccaneer Bay. We have a water park in La Mirada that's amazing. It's called Buccaneer Bay by Splash. And so I want to encourage the city to start looking at inclusive play equipment, and they call it also adaptive play equipment. That to me, wow, right? Like if you can take your child that has disabilities and they can swing on a swing and they can roll up into the play equipment, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. You said La Mirada raised you. What did you mean by that?
So when my parents, they were also young. They were 17. And so they had my sister and I right away. And so they were together for a little bit. And then they got divorced. So my mom did remarry. That's how I'm related to the Valverdes, is through my stepfather. And so we moved around a lot, to be quite frank. You did my dad, Gil, yeah. And so we moved around a lot. And the stability was that my grandfather, Charles Santana, he actually grew up in South LA, and he was in the Korean War. So when he came back from the Korean War, they had this thing called the GI Bill. So it helped veterans purchase homes,
buy their home.
And so he then bought in La Mirada, this up and coming, newly built. It was the development was happening, and so he bought his home there with the GI Bill for, I think, I should not, I'll have to check.
Everybody jealous.
Yeah, but it was like $9,000 or something really low, right? So, in 1955, right? So he stayed living in that home till he passed a few years ago. And that home was the stability. So I danced and cheered in La Mirada because we were always moving around to different rentals. And so that was the home base, right? We'd spend summers in La Mirada with my cousins and, do things on our breaks and things with my grandparents, trips and things. So that was like the stability and the beautiful city there. Like we were one of the first to have an indoor mall back in the day. Ooh, it's not there anymore, but it was like, it was like a big deal. So we'd go to the mall, and go to Sizzler and all that, it was like, oh, this is fancy, right? So it was really good core memories. And when my husband and I, started having children young, we moved around a lot.
Yeah.
And so when we were able to buy our first home in our 40s, God opened the door for us to purchase a home in La Mirada. So it was a homecoming.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. And now you're doing so much for the city. That's got to feel really, really, really great.
It's the city I love.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why we need to vote for you.
That's right. Everybody needs to vote for Michelle.
Yeah.
When are we voting?
But, you could only vote for her if you live
You
in
have to live in La Mirada. Makes sense.
Excitement that you had coming back, growing up in that city and then coming back with your husband at 40 and buying your first home. As you know, many people my age cannot afford a home, and that's kind of like a big nationwide battle. It's like my parents, when they were younger, they were able to own a home, and I could only rent. So, what do you think, in your opinion? Because obviously, it's more than just, it's a global thing, and real estate's up the yin yang. But what do you envision, or I guess maybe like what can you do as like politicians, or what can we people do to help, maybe like with
real estate go down?
or rent control, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or what is La Mirada doing, maybe?
For La Mirada, there are pieces of legislation. We spoke about California and the state requirements. So there are things that we are obligated to do to help with creating spaces for affordable housing.
Okay.
So every city in California has to create, which we have in La Mirada, just like many of the cities, created what we call like overlays. So there's like zoning so that we can create a little bit more housing. So if there's more housing, then you'll have more opportunities to buy, and it won't be the housing shortage that raises the prices as much. But again, we're obligated to create that, but the developers would have to come. So if any city makes it attractive to develop in their city, then that's what we could do at the local level.
Well, from what I hear of people that I know try to buy homes, is especially in the San Gabriel Valley, here we come as Americans born here in their 30s, can't find anything decent, around here, less than 800,000, right? And so here you come, you save your money, and you're so hopeful, and here comes somebody from China or something with a briefcase, full of money, and then we lose. So I feel like, why are we selling our land, our properties to, people that have the money right now, but then, then we're out. Then before you know it, what Americans are going to learn, are going to own the land. We let the foreigners come and buy. So sometimes I think like the government should be like, no, if you're not from here, you don't buy here. You're from China, you buy in China, so that, we have some kind of preference, when they're selling these homes. But because we're a capitalistic state, it's like, is there an answer? I don't know. It's like money is king when it comes to all that, especially right now. But I feel bad. My daughter's 32. Yeah. There's no way she'd have to go live who knows where, and
people,
she won't do it.
People my age. But the kids won't going do to Hemet, and even Hemet's like, well, Hemet's Hemet. You don't want to go out there, but even trying to find something. I know this guy in the office, he moved out 2 hours away from Ontario. So he's somewhere out in the desert to buy a property for $500,000. 2 hours away from the office. And the only reason he's doing it is he's got kids and
right.
Yeah. So there you go. Some that'll say, I'm going to do it. I don't care. I'm the breadwinner. I'll drive the 2 hours for the sake of my family.
Yes.
But then you have some that, I don't know, I think I'd be part of plan B, where it's like, well, then I guess it's not in my future to own, because I don't want to get into $1 million, I'll just rent and look at, and these kids, they don't even need a car. I'll Uber, or the electric cars are coming, or the self-driving, to keep their expenses down, because not a lot of people making over $1 million a year and afford to be here, It's like you said, the struggle is real.
Is real. And so one of the things that, many cities, including La Mirada, we have like first-time buyer programs where you can get low interest, or some cities like no interest type, assistance loans for first-time buyers. Yeah, so we have that, and we have given, access, and also given those loans. So those are things that we have on the books, and I'm proud that we do.
Right.
So
But there is no preference, right? Like somebody, I don't know. I live in La Mirada. My daughter's looking for a house. There's like no preference. Like, there's a first time loan. But like I said, if
it's
somebody
first come,
comes
first
with
serve. Yeah,
it is.
It's first come, first serve. So we want to make sure that we then, to go back to family friendly, we want to make sure that our children can afford to stay home, right? Can buy in the cities that raise them, right? So how do we do that? Well, we make it attractive to families, so that families want to fight for staying home in cities like La Mirada. And so we make sure that not only do we slurry our streets, and make things wonderful, but we also make things safe. So like we do fully fund our Los Angeles Sheriff's Department to make sure that we have, like right now in the city of La Mirada, this is the aspect of another family-friendly meaning that I have, is that we are on the national safest cities list.
Nice.
But we're also leveling up, to use your word, in ourselves, in that the LASD, we put a lot of resources in, but they work with us. And we have the lowest crime that we've had in the city of La Mirada in the last decade.
Wow.
This year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So
I'm moving.
you
5.
gotta jump. That's right. You gotta jump the straight.
By the 5.
By the 5.
Yeah.
So, it's the struggle is real, as it is, especially in Southern California, anywhere in California. But
my sister lives in La Mirada, and she says, everywhere, everything's over $1 million.
So the programs
there's
that you
smaller places,
Yeah.
like condos and things like that.
the programs that you offer, I mean, do you guys market those? Do people know? Are they aware? Because I feel like a lot of times people that are struggling or are looking for these programs don't know where to go or how to navigate.
Yeah.
And they exist, right? Because it's a lot of people, they hit a lot of whiners and complainers. Oh, woe is me. But if they exist, how can they look them up? Where do they go?
Yeah, our city website.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the key, right? Being transparent, making sure that you market it out, make sure that people know. But the real talk is that they're being used. So again, first come, first serve. So when we, the pot of money is limited. So when we have the opportunities and it is taken, it's taken. Yeah. So because we also do like home improvement loans, low cost, so that low interest rather, once they get to do the home improvements, the loan, and then they don't have to pay it back until they sell the home, things like that. So that really it focuses in on, again, another aspect of family friendly is to ensure that at the other end of the age spectrum, our seniors are served and served well. And seniors are on a fixed income often. And so we want to make sure that the seniors that need a new roof or need to fix something in their home have what they need, which could be this really low interest rate that they're not going to have to pay back till the home sells. So those are some of the things too that we do. Yeah, and they're again on the website.
Yeah.
But again, it's not unlimited. So that's the struggle, right?
Yeah.
We can't give it to everybody.
But you're doing what you can for who you can, and that's important. But I see this woman everywhere. Like during Christmas, she was on a sleigh. Was I imagining it? You were on a sleigh handing out gifts or something, or cruising all the streets of La Mirada,
Santa.
Right?
So we got to make sure that Santa and Santa's wife, Santa.
So how do you
Mrs.
know
Claus.
Santa, and how long have you known him?
I do know Santa. Right?
See, being in politics comes with perks, man.
Right?
Because I'm never going to meet Santa.
Mrs. Claus loves me.
Well, that's because you're always on the naughty list.
No, it's because I'm in trash. Touche. Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, what other perks? You went to the Vallarta grand opening?
We were in the Santa Caravan.
Yeah.
So the Santa Caravan, the council, we were in like a sort of Star Tours, with no... it's cut out. What is that? How do you the truck didn't have like a roof? Open air.
Convertible status?
So we were like that. It's actually like a...
But it was still cool. But you guys were like notifying people what streets...
Yeah, we have what's called a Santa tracker. So there's like an app.
They did that in Monterey Park.
Where does it too? Yeah, they don't do that in my city.
No,
I think they did in Monterey Park.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Wait a minute though. Following
there are cities that have downtowns or uptowns or main towns. La Mirada doesn't. So those cities often have a parade in their uptowns, so it's one situation on a day. Because the way the La Mirada was designed, we don't have that sort of downtown. So this is why we do the Santa Caravan. We take it into 3 sections over 3 different days.
But that's better because Santa goes to you, as he should. You know, I'm going to want to go to Uptown Weird to see Santa. Santa comes to me. I wrote him a letter.
Yeah, but
You know what I
you're on
mean?
the naughty list. He only pays attention to the kids on the nice.
What are you talking
list.
about? I'm never on the naughty list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So, Michelle, what's next? Are we seeing you for future governor one of these days, or what are your plans?
So my plans are always to listen to the Lord. That's the way I've lived my life this entire time, and He is so faithful. He hasn't let me down yet, right? And I don't think He ever will, right? So the way I do life is, okay, Lord, what's next? And so I'll constantly pray, equip me for what you have for me right now, and prepare me for what you have for me in the future. And I may or may not know what that is. And that's literally how I've done life. So when I had my children, you know, we pivoted, and I continued my education. And then I said, okay, Lord, I finished my education. What's next? And He said, I'm going to put you in the classroom. No. And here I am. And I started off in the K-12. And then again, Lord's like, I have something else for you. And so then I became a tenured professor. And I thought there was another avenue. I actually thought I started doing other things in administration in the college. Like I was with the Academic Senate for California Community Colleges. So I had another elected position. The faculty leaders elect you there. And I thought I was going to continue to go up in that direction. And God was like, no, I have this other thing for you. And it was this elected position, and so now here I am, and so I will continue to serve until the Holy Spirit tugs at my heart for something else, and that's not right now. I want to make sure that I do a really good job in the role that I am right now. So it seems odd, I imagine, to many people to think like, oh, you're not thinking of the future. I just offer up that I am. It's just in a different way than in the capitalistic kind of perspective, right? I'm thinking, let me just ground and make sure that I'm doing right now and ensure that I am spreading love and light. And then when the next thing is there, the Lord will let me know.
That's right.
Yeah, I think you're being
100%.
present and intentional.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know, friend.
But
We
you
shall
do have
see.
a re-election coming up,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that is June 5th?
June 2nd.
June 2nd.
2026. Yes.
All right. So why should people vote for you?
People should vote for Michelle Velasquez Bean.
Yeah.
Because a vote for Michelle Velasquez Bean is keeping you safe, a collaborative leader who will bring the city together to continue to serve every family in the city of La Mirada.
I love that. You got my vote. Oh, but I don't live in La Mirada. But my sister does. So Lupi and Tree Cortez, you will be voting for Michelle Velasquez Bean. Write it down. June
Thank you.
2nd? June 2nd.
Yeah, by June 2nd.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I lived in La Mirada, you would have my vote.
Oh, thank you, friend. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
I have an ex who lives in La Mirada, and I would totally reach out to her and tell her to vote for you. But
You
that
will,
might
that's
not-
right.
But that might
He's
not
gonna
go
call
through.
her
Has to
right
do with
now.
the naughty list in some way, I imagine.
This is not a naughty list. I don't know. Just, you guys know.
And that's exactly why I labeled Mr. Frank Mr. Bombastic on Bombastic.
I'm not even commenting. I don't know what kind of picture Rocio's trying to
Bombastic is
paint.
a song.
But she's
Bombastic,
ruining.
Mr. Bombastic.
There's no future for me now. I'm gonna be single forever now, thanks to Rocio, because people think the worst of me.
You are not going to be single forever.
Probably.
Somebody who
That's not a
brings
bad
3
thing.
women flowers
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day
Yes.
That was very
is
considerate.
not going to be
Jesus.
single
I'll
forever.
never
There
be
you go.
alone.
Jesus.
Never be alone. And
That's
Thor.
right. Oh, yes.
Speaking
Thor.
of which, do you know anyone in the city of LA? Because I got a letter. Did I tell you guys I got a letter from the city saying that my dog barks too much?
What?
So who do I write back and say sorry that my dog is dogging?
That's right.
And he's doing dog stuff. And he
so you
barks.
got a shitty neighbor?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can someone complain about it.
Someone, hey, you need to stop complaining, bro, because there's no more skunks in our entire block because of Thor. All the work, you should be getting a commendation.
Michelle just said earlier, everybody should be a dog lover. Unfortunately, in Whittier, they're not.
Can you run for office in Whittier?
No.
So, Michelle, do you have to live in La Mirada to be?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Yeah. Because like
And you
said,
have to
you're-
live in, now we're districts, so you have to live in a specific district to run for that district.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I my biggest takeaway with you that I just really really loved is what are you going to do for the future, right? And the Lord Himself tells us today, one day at a time. One day at a time. We have our own. We have enough pressure for one day at a time, right? But
Yeah.
I love when you said, Lord, equip me for what I'm doing right now, so that I'm doing it 10 out of 10. And then prepare me for whatever you have for me in the future, whatever that may be, right? And being fully surrendered and in full yield to that. And like you said, He's going to put you exactly where we're going, right? And it's always
And in
gonna
His perfect timing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Amen.
And that's one of the hardest things to like really get used to, His timing, not yours.
Yes.
I mean, me coming up on a year of Christianity here, learning so much from, Uncle Aaron, it's one of the hardest things I've had to navigate is just like to complete surrender, and I'm not in control of anything.
Right.
So it is cool that you acknowledge that, and people should acknowledge that. Am I going to be the world's best trash man forever? Probably. Probably. But, am I a player like Rocio says? Absolutely not. That's not what God tells
No,
us.
I just say you're Mr. Lover. That's it. You love.
Well, yeah.
Love is
Loving
always a
good.
good
Love
thing.
is good.
Yeah.
It's the day
Love
of
is a
love.
good
It
thing.
is.
I love
It
everyone,
is.
even my exes.
Yes.
Well, not all of them. Well, there's one that I don't, for sure.
No, Michelle, he
Those-
is. He's so nice to the exes. Well, we'll be like, don't talk to that pig.
Yeah.
2017.
Don't take her calls.
The 2017 ex has no room in my
Pay
life.
attention to her.
Boundaries are okay, friend.
Yeah.
Boundaries are
Right?
okay.
Yes.
No, you know what? I'm blessed with some great people in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I've learned this past year. I've learned, it's not good to hold any resentment or to hate anyone, and I truly don't. And and I'm grateful to be amongst great, powerful
Yes.
women.
And our
When
circle of women coming here, Michelle, man, we're leveling up. Thank you for your time.
we had an
Thank you for
amazing person.
spending time.
Oh, it's
Hopefully
an
we can
honor.
keep in touch. 'Cause,
Yes.
I'm always looking for, women that can like teach
Oh,
me
I was-
something, right?
I was gonna ask.
And this is reciprocal, like gleaning much from you all. I mean, as women, we need to continue to build each other up and protect each other and come into community with each other. That's how we're going to continue to do it. I mean,
Yes.
there's so much data out there that says when the woman does well, we all do well.
Hallelujah. So true.
Well, I'm perfectly happy being the only man here, next to Chris, of course.
Right.
Yeah. But if you ever do make it like to the governor status, would you consider us for interns? Like I won't.
But yeah, friend, I love and cherish every single one of you, and I would love and cherish having everybody in my life be on my team. And you are in many ways. Guaranteeing or promising a job is something else, my friend.
I wasn't taking it like a job. It was an intern position.
It was a voluntary thing.
It was a
we thought,
voluntary
right?
thing.
I will
But
always
they were
take
volunteers.
volunteers.
Yeah,
Want
there
to
you go. Then
volunteer? There
we're
we
gonna
go.
rephase that.
Now
We're gonna be your
you're
volunteers.
promising.
You know what? No
I'll
matter
hold
what
you
you,
to that.
no matter
I'm
what you
gonna
do,
hold you to that.
yeah, no matter-
Volunteering
yeah.
for my social media. You all heard it. You heard it.
I am now volunteering for Michelle's social media, and it is for sure going to amplify your numbers, possibly even get you elected.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll just do whatever Rocio does, because that's the key right there. That's just social media expert. Yeah.
So
love that.
let's close by saying when you get elected,
I love
not
that.
if, but
Thank
when, we'll come back. Yeah, so that'll be June 2nd. So,
June 2nd.
sometime in July. So we could,
Pizza
we can
party
talk a
at
little bit
Safety
about,
Vibe.
Yeah.
No,
that's
we
right.
have to do it in La Mirada because it's a La Mirada thing.
There you go.
We'll do
can
it.
do that.
Oh, we'll ask Coach Art for his gym. And we'll have a party because it's in La Mirada.
Okay.
Maybe it's not District 5, but.
No, that's okay.
You know?
I serve every La Mirada. So it was a homecoming for them as well.
Oh, wow. I
Yes,
didn't know that.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, that's their home when they came.
Shout
I
out to
love
them.
Northgate.
Well, I was going to say, you go to all these events, you could throw an invite. Like, you know,
What do you mean?
like to the grand openings and all
Oh,
this stuff.
to invite you?
Yeah,
well,
so
you
like the
always sometimes have to
triangle.
be in La Mirada?
No.
Is that, no? Yeah.
Everyone
No, we
is
could
invited.
show-
We love
we could
you.
come
We'll
show
come and
support.
support whatever you got
Okay.
going.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, I supported you at Cowboy Country, and I
I
didn't even
love
know
it.
you.
Cowboy Country? Was that a party?
Well, no, that was like
It was Cowboy Bean was my theme,
yeah,
you know?
I like me a
it was pretty
cowboy.
cool. Yeah,
Huh,
And
honey?
there's
so-
Put a hat on,
cowboys,
babe.
cowgirls, there's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but
I
was
love
it your
it.
birthday since it was?
It was campaign
being-
launch.
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
campaign
Yeah.
launch.
So, you know,
See,
I
we
like a
would've-
good theme.
Yeah, we would
Right?
have loved to have been there.
Yeah.
We would have showed up with our cowboy boots.
Oh,
the
yeah, we
whole
go all out.
thing.
So
Yeah.
you all are always invited, and you all, everyone can follow me on Instagram
Okay.
or
Yes.
Facebook at Michelle
Okay.
for La Mirada. So MICHELLE, the number 4, La Mirada,
Mirada.
LAMIRADA.
See, that's so teacher of her,
Say it in
right?
Spanish now.
Okay, you say it for me. There's your volunteer job. Say it in Spanish.
What? You can't just put me on the spot like
You
that.
have to say it now.
Yes.
Síguenos, por favor, at, what was it again?
Michelle for La Mirada.
¿En
Michelle.
dónde? ¿En qué página?
In Instagram
And Facebook.
y Facebook at Michelle, el número 4, La Mirada.
Gracias.
Gracias. Hey, don't correct my Spanish.
No, I'm saying
Wow.
to you, thank you
Oh.
very much. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, muchas gracias. No, sígala, por favor. Una excelente mujer.
Oh, thank you.
And you have our full support as the triangle, whatever we could do, because we're pretty powerful when we come together.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And prayer and
Yes.
covering
100.
in God's providential
Yes.
hand.
Yes, sir.
So that I can continue to share his love and light.
Yeah, that's one of the things we strongly believe here. Isn't it crazy how amazing?
Yeah.
The people on this
everybody
show.
that's come through our podcast, we're all surrendered, all grateful, all of that. Because
Yeah.
that's how we get out of our, you know, and get into God's plan for.
Yeah.
So I missed it. Michelle at
Michelle 4, the
Oh,
number 4.
4.
The number 4. La Mirada.
Michelle 4. Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It's because
Okay, Michelle. Well, it was nice.
Yes.
It was a pleasure to have you. It's Valentine's Day, so we don't want to keep you away from your husband and your family because you're a loving woman. And we're just so grateful that you were able
you.
to join us. And everybody who's listening and watching, her social media will be tagged on the bottom of the links. So if you are in La Mirada, make sure you go out and vote on June 2nd.
District
Thank
5.
you. District
Yeah.
2.
District 2, I'm sorry. District 2. The power of editing. I'm tired. I fell asleep at 2:30 in the morning. I was cleaning.
You were
Yeah.
cleaning.
But I'm so grateful you were here today. It's been a pleasure knowing you. It's
Thank
great that you're tied into the Valverde family. I knew the second I saw you, you were a dynamic individual, and I knew that you were going to be on the show. And I'm so grateful that you were.
Michelle,
Thank
so
you,
when is your
friends.
next event? Like to get the community to vote for you? Do you have something?
Yes,
on the books?
we'll plan something for the end of February, early March. I would love to have everyone's support in that it is my birthday.
Is it?
What?
It's coming
When?
up. And so what I would like for my birthday is for you all to gift our Interfaith Food Center with birthday cake kits.
Okay.
Birthday cake kits.
Yes.
We
So
can just-
look out for more info. It's basically you all bring the stuff so that we can make these kits so that if you're a family in need that is using our Interfaith Food Center that serves La Mirada, Santa Fe Springs, and Whittier, then you have also the option of a birthday cake kit from the food bank.
Oh, so you're giving birthday
Kids to
on her
make
birthday.
cake.
Yes.
I know. That's
On
so
her
cool.
birthday.
So,
Yes.
so okay. So I guess
what
I
should
would
we
just
bring,
look
like,
out
I have to
to-
plan it.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
in
tell
the
us,
planning.
list-
Yeah, so
list
once
what
I
you
get the
need.
flyer, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's start.
Also,
That's so
on the
cool.
invitation for the birthday cake
Yes,
event,
yes.
can you please note, and this is specifically for Lila,
That Frank's doing the social media.
No, that too. But every volunteer must show up on time.
No, we take everybody how they are. So you get there whenever you get there. We'll love on you.
You're not helping. You're not helping
I
break
told
the
you he was so
cycle.
I'm trying to help you get off the naughty list.
Yeah, I love that.
Forever on that list. Nari por vida.
All right.
But thank you. It's been an honor and a joy to spend the morning with you all.
Yes.
And thank you to your amazing audience as well.
Same.
I continue to serve. And so if you ever need anything, please reach out to me in social media at michelleforlamirada.com. Thank you.
Amen. Sure.